ETH, we start with daily chart. Just I want to give a quick update. First of all, we see them charts like Bitcoin and the rest of the coins. We see them they move. And what I want to say is that most of the chart they have a similar movement. And what we can see for the ETH, even we have seen similar movement for the Bitcoin. All right. Now the question is, what's the next? First of all, if we refer to what analysis, my last analysis when the price was within here, we discussed how we can look for trade. We mentioned the possibility for the price to break the lowest price of this one is very high unless we see the sharp move. Okay, and we discussed how we can look for trade, and this is what we get. Now the question is whether we should look for trade for buy from here, and this is the start of the up move or not. Okay, the short answer is if we get for those traders, they're looking for trade as a short term. If they get any opportunity for buy, they will take it, and the breakout of the previous top at this point is the key point. All right, by the way, we start with the higher time frame. We start with the monthly chart, and based on monthly chart we can see that we are within this correction. We have to see the breakout of this correction at the top or low for continuation. That's mean to expect the price is going to break the all-time high. All right, and we should know that whenever we see this kind of the drop, the possibility for the drop to price to consolidate here for a long time before we see the breakout of the all-time high is very high. That's mean the possibility for the price to continue from here is less. All right. That's why if anyone wants to look for buy, because they're looking for the long-term trade, they should know how to manage the trade if it doesn't move. Okay, it doesn't mean we don't look for buy. We will, if we get any opportunity for buy based on lower time frame, we will take it, but we should know how to manage it and what we are looking for. Okay, and if I move to lower time frame weekly chart, as what I said, we are within the correction. We have to see the breakout of this one, because if the price couldn't continue and we see the next drop, simply we can expect the price drop to 500. And for sure, if the price break the previous low, which is this one, following by divergence, this is where we can look for continuation. This is the best option. It doesn't mean we have to wait for that possibility, right? But we should know that if the price couldn't continue from here and this one turned to be similar to any of this, the next drop, how deep it can go. But what should we do at this point? Whether this is the correction relative to what we have here or not. Okay, this is what this one we discussed in my last analysis. But by the way, if we get any opportunity for buy as a short-term trade based on lower time frame, we will take it. And if I move to lower time frame, daily chart, and as I mentioned, we can expect this one to be relative to what we have here. That means we can expect the price to consolidate here, and we see the next drop as a sharp move. That's why if anyone wants to look for buy from here, first of all, they should look for trade within the correction based on at least 1 hour time frame. And at this point, if we get any trade setup with the breakout of this correction, we have to see the breakout of the previous top. All right. Then if we see the breakout of this top, okay, then the targets and we can look for is this zone. We have to see the breakout of 2.4 following by 2.8K. That's mean the breakout of this one to confirm for continuation is very important for us, because we had this one for a long time. All right, unless the price couldn't continue from here, we see the breakout of this low, then this one is not valid. Okay, by the way, at this point, how we can look for trade based on daily chart, we don't have any trade setup. And if we move to lower time frame based on forward chart, I'm looking at this. If I get any opportunity for buy from here, I will take it, and with the stop loss somewhere below this correction. All right, and what we want to price sharply tag breaking continue, but we should know that if the price continue as a corrective, we can expect this one turn to flat for the next drop. Then either we see the reversal or continuation. Okay, that's why whoever wants to buy from within this one, they need to know how to manage it if the price doesn't move to in our direction. Then how we can look for trade, it depends on the strategy the traders they use, but at this point the only option is to put our entry above here, and what we want to price sharply tag breaking continue as a sharp move. Okay, but if the price tag we see is not moving, all right, as I mentioned at the first, we should our stop loss be somewhere below this correction. And if we put our entry here, the price tag we see there is not moving our direction as a sharp move within the first or maximum second hours, either we should take out the trade or we move our stop loss somewhere below this. It depends on the risk and reward the traders they're using. That's mean we want to price sharply tag break and continue. If we see the price tag break and continue, then we move our stop loss to break even. Then we see whether the price can break this top, the top of this correction or not. At this point, this is the only option we can look for trade. But we should know that how about if we get a trade and this correction becomes similar to any of this? Okay, that's why we need to be quite careful. And even if the price, we see the continuation as a corrective move, we are not really interested. But if this correction turned to a deeper correction, it can give us better confirmation and better trade setup for continuation. Okay. By the way, at this point, if anyone wants to look for buy based on lower time frame 1 hour chart, the only option is we put our entry above here. This option is risky because simply the price can tag and drop. That's why we should know how to manage it within the first or maximum second hours if there is no continuation. Anyway, we just follow the chart. If I see any update, I will share. Thanks.